Hey guys, have you ever answered the question, what does financial freedom mean to you? You see, a lot of times when exploring financial freedom, a lot of the responses I get are sipping Mai Tais on the beach or sipping on pina colada, vacationing, traveling the world. Maybe you're on your boat in the ocean, on a lake, just a very sort of leisure retirement type lifestyle. You no longer have to do anything, right? So you can just relax and enjoy your time. Well, you see, if this is how you describe financial freedom, perhaps you've not sat down with the question long enough to really dive deep into what financial freedom could mean to you. You see, everything I just described was a wonderful, fantastic, amazing vacation, right? But at the end of the day, that that is not what financial freedom means, because if that's all you did all the time, you would be bored before the year's end. You would be bored out of your mind. You would not have any clue of how to spend your time. Your happiness level would probably drop. And all of that, why? If you've reached this point where you have the money to be able to do nothing. And it really comes down to people confuse their financial freedom with this sort of epic vacation or this retirement lifestyle, but that is not sustainable. You see, when you figure out how much money you would need to maintain your current lifestyle, right? How much money would you need every month so that you could have your lifestyle paid for? What would that free time allow you to do? If you no longer were forced to go to work because you had to make money, how would you fill your free time? And sure, of course, there will be plenty of doing some vacations and having leisure time off to do whatever you want. But that's an empty, sort of meaningless existence, right? So what comes next? What was the point of getting a financial freedom benchmark, right? And you see, that's where the difference between the idea of freedom and actual freedom, real financial freedom, that's where the gap exists, right? Because if you are at a point in your life where your lifestyle, your current lifestyle, is paid for through productive assets, right? You will find yourself in a position of trying to figure out, how can I take my life and use it to add value to other people? How is it that I can use my life experiences, my talents, my passions, and use it to help other people achieve their passions and talents? How can I become someone that inspires others to reach their potential, right? And that's part of the conversation, right? Can you reach your full potential if you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job that you hate? Maybe, yeah. But could you reach your full potential if you didn't have to work and now you can focus on your talents and passions and desires? I think you'd have a lot better opportunity for growth and reaching your potential if that financial factor is taken care of. So what does that mean from a practical standpoint, right? If you earn at least $60,000 plus or minus living in the United States, even in some of the higher cost areas like California and New York, with a $60,000 a year income, you can attain financial freedom. And a lot of people hear that and they're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That sounds crazy. But you know what the truth is? That's really all you need, because what financial freedom means is you have invested a portion of your money into productive assets. Now, a productive asset is something that generates you an income. So if you've taken some of your money and invested in productive assets, those assets now give you an income. You use that income to reinvest it in other productive assets so that your productive assets grow. And then at some point in time, your productive assets will be able to pay for your lifestyle. And part of your lifestyle includes your housing costs, your cars, your insurance, your food, your bills in general, just your survival needs. Because anything beyond your survival needs now becomes added luxury to your life, which I am not opposed to anyone having, right? Because the point of your money is not just to invest it all, right? You want to be able to enjoy your money. But there's a paradigm shift in mindset that occurs when you realize having financial freedom means actually being free as a person. That means you as a person are now free to explore your passions because you are no longer stuck with the idea or the constrictions of I have to work to earn money or I'm going to lose everything I've worked so hard up to this point to get, right? So even think about this pandemic that we're in, right? If you can achieve a point where you have financial freedom, then it doesn't matter if you get stuck at home not being able to work. Your lifestyle is still covered. Your basic needs are all covered. So think of that from the perspective of stress. How much more freedom would you have in your life if you did not have to stress about money because you knew no matter what happens, your basic necessities are covered. Your children will be safe and protected. I mean, that level of freedom, I don't know if I could put a price tag on, right? And it involves using your current income, the money that you're currently earning, and funneling it into a wealth building strategy that gives you income that you can eventually live off of. Now, if you want to learn more about investment strategies and how you can sort of allocate your money, right, so that you can get to a point where you have financial freedom, where you no longer have to work if you don't want to. I mean, imagine you're a doctor and you love helping people, but you have all these loans and medical expense, for medical school to pay for, and then now your lifestyle to pay for. I mean, think about it. If you could, for a small period of time, funnel part of your income into productive assets that then pay for your lifestyle, then how does that open you up as a doctor to what you're able to do, right? Now, if you want, you can go volunteer your time. Doctors Without Borders. Give your expertise to people who cannot afford you, right? Who really need you. And you can do that because you are no longer stuck having to earn money. You no longer have the mindset of like, man, I gotta take more patients because I gotta be able to pay my bills and provide for my family. At this point, your family is provided for outside of what you are doing as a profession, and now you can focus on adding value from that profession. I mean, whatever profession it is, it doesn't even matter. You could be a plumber, you could be an accountant, you could be a lawyer. I mean, all of these jobs, skills, professions, you can give back to people who can't afford you, but how can you do that if you have to be able to provide for yourself? You have to be able to make the money to provide for yourself, right? So eliminating that need, that necessity, allows you as a person now to freely choose how to serve humanity best. And that right there is true financial freedom. So again, if you are interested in learning more about financial freedom, building wealth, buying and getting into productive assets so that your lifestyle is paid for, I made a free strategy group. MaximizeYourWealthGroup.com. That is the website. MaximizeYourWealthGroup.com. You go there and it'll take you to a private Facebook group that I made where I've put out a ton of educational content to help better prepare you to live the American dream and build long-term generational wealth so that you can leave a legacy for your family. And all it takes is a little bit of time and effort to understand and then put your money in the right places so that over time you build up your productive assets so that at some point before retirement age, you can choose to retire, or you can choose to follow your passions and dreams and help people in a way where you're not motivated solely on money. Money, you remove the money motivation from the equation, and now it becomes about you fulfilling your potential and adding value to others. So I hope to see you in this group. I hope I've inspired you guys to take action and get serious about your finances, because getting serious about your finances earlier on will help prepare you for down the road when those emergencies come up, where those unexpected life events happen. So the sooner you get on a plan, the sooner you get your money management system under control, the more power that you have as a person to get out of the rat race, get out of this daily grind that you have to do, and get to a point where you are truly free as a person.